we'd already renewed our tickets before we knew we were moving to Garden City. We didn't even have any idea. We renewed them early.
And that's what I told about. It had to happen.
So
you would not have renewed them had you known.
We went to the Central Michigan game, and that was when we were favored by 5 and got just blown out. I told
Central Michigan's pretty good. They're a pretty good bunch.
Yeah. Now, it's not worth making the drive.
Now, the one advantage, though, that we do have with them is that we're able to buy single game, like an individual KU basketball ticket before it goes on sale to the general public, just for having the football season tickets.
Oh, okay.
So that can also make
you're going to hit a couple games, I assume?
Probably just one. But if you guys decide you want to go to a basketball game, let us know. We can order it, and then you can just pay us back for the ticket if you're interested in the future.
I might just do that.
But yeah, the day before they go on sale to the general public, we can buy since we're a part of this, since we have the football tickets. So.
This is the Grizzly Soccer pregame show with head soccer coach Bobby Brubieska. Brought to you through the support of the Goal for Goal Soccer Camps, the most complete youth soccer camps in Wichita. Check them out at www.goalforgoal.com. And now, here's the coach.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're joined today by one of our 3 team captains. This is number 14, Blake Arndt. Blake, first of all, welcome. Thanks for taking time to visit here this morning. Tell us everything we need to know about Blake Arndt.
Well, I've been playing soccer for my whole life, and I just play soccer and go to Northwest, went to Wilbur, went to McCollum. My dad's been my coach forever, and I've been playing under Coach B for 4 years now, playing varsity for 4 years, and that's about it.
Let's talk about let's go back in your soccer history a little bit. You said your dad coached you. Take us through some of the teams that you've played on and some of the highlights of those years.
Well, I played for the Wichita Cyclones since forever, but for the summer of 2015, I played for Sporting KC Academy and won national championship in Tulsa with them, and then I came back and played with Cyclones again. So I played for Cyclones and Sporting.
KC Sporting Academy, how did you get involved with that?
I went to tryouts, and I made the team, but we couldn't move, so I just went to practice with them every once in a while, and then they asked me to play in the summer, and I played over the summer, and then came back for high school.
You're a senior. What's on your plan for next year?
To attend probably the University of Central Arkansas to play soccer, and then I don't know what I want to major in.
Have they made you an offer yet?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the offer, and if that's where you want to go, hope that'll all work out for you. Do you don't know what you're going to major in, though?
Nope.
There are a lot of people that don't know when they go to college what they're going to study, so don't feel like you're being picked on or anything. You got plenty of time to make that decision. Just make sure you get good grades the first year.
Of course.
Tell us about your dad as coach. Okay, this is a good opportunity for you to praise your dad.
He's taught me a lot. Since I was little, he's been my coach, and he's just taught me everything I know about soccer. And it's kind of hard sometimes because after the games, if I play bad, he's there to critique me forever on the whole 3 hours ride home from Kansas City or from the tournament. So I hear about everything. I get to hear about him talking about every player, if they played good or played bad, and I don't know. I just know he just tells me a lot.
We congratulate you on being named a captain this year. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot that Coach B can trust me to keep the tradition going at Northwest.
What responsibilities do you have as captain besides the coin toss, which everybody sees?
Make sure everyone's on time, make sure practice runs smoothly, make sure everyone's on task, see everyone in the classrooms doing their thing, see them in the hallways, ask them if everything's all right. If they need help, help them.
And if you can't help them, do you have resources to direct them to?
Yeah, I'm cool with a lot of the teachers, so I can get help for a lot of them.
Okay, very good. Well, we wish you the best of luck this season. Thanks for taking a minute to visit. I know that being in front of the camera was not the thing you wanted to do this morning.
I like the camera.
And the camera likes you too, Blake. Blake Arndt, our guest. We'll be back after this brief timeout. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
This portion of today's webcast is brought to you in part by Dugan & Garreau, Attorneys at Law, 940 North Tyler Road, Wichita. By Gecko Painting, Incorporated. Danny and Grizzly alum Stacy Higgins, now of Olathe, Kansas, are proud supporters of Grizzly Nation and webcasts on the Internet. And by Regional Contractors, 1313 North Webb Road. We thank all of our sponsors for their proud support of Grizzly Soccer.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're joined now by one of our three-team captains. This is number 11, Josh Benoit. Josh, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you with us.
Thanks.
Tell us a little bit about the history of Josh Benoit.
Well, I've been playing soccer since I could kick a soccer ball. I didn't start playing competitive till I was about 10 years old. Played for a lot of different club teams growing up, but it's kind of nice to actually be on a good one with Cyclones and McCray and Blake and Philly and all them. And, yeah.
So does your current club team, you can't play with them during the regular season for high school, isn't that correct?
Yes, sir.
So what do you just take the time? Does the team disband during the high school season, or are you just off the roster for now?
I'm still on the roster. It's just like you can't play club season like during high school. That's just a rule they have in Kansas.
And it's a good one. Do you know the purpose of the rule?
Not really, but it's whatever.
If you're playing for two teams at the same time, so much time is taken up for soccer that it detracts from your studies. So the theory is if you're only playing for one team, you'll be able to budget more time for academics.
I guess I could see that because I get pretty tired after high school practice.
Tell us about some of the club teams that you've been on and what they've been like.
I started playing competitively when I was 10 with Valley Center Steam for like 1 year, and then I played for Azteca for 1 year after that, and then a bunch of like really good players from like Rojos and my Azteca team, we all like combined and made Seoul, and then I played there for about 3 years, and I went up to the older team and started playing Kansas City, and then they kind of fell apart last year, and I joined the Cyclones a little bit late, and ever since then I've just been playing with them.
Congratulations on being named a captain. What's it like being in a leadership position with all these guys?
I like it, like they look up to you, they respect you, and it feels good to be like recognized for my hard work and like what I've put in, like all the time I put in. And yeah.
What responsibilities do you envision your position as a captain entailing?
Just making sure everybody's like staying focused, working hard, and not like slacking off, being lazy. Just making sure everybody stays focused.
Is that during games or off the field?
Well, both, because if you're slacking in your studies, you can't play. Because if you have 3 Fs, you can't play soccer. And if you're slacking on the field, you're not going to play. So,
and for those that don't understand that, there is an academic rule to be eligible to play high school sports that KSHA has imposed, and it is 3 Fs. You cannot have 3 Fs, isn't that right?
Yeah, you can only have, the most you can have is 2, but still, that's bad.
So as a result, academics are important, and one of the things that our coaching staff does, they're very big on stressing the importance of the academics.
Yes, sir. School first, soccer second.
We wish you the best of luck this season. What's up for you for next year?
I just have a few interested colleges right now. No offers, but just a couple interested. But I'm trying to play. So.
You do want to play next year?
Yes, sir.
Wish you the best of luck in that search, and best of luck this season. Let's go get some W's.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Number 11, Josh Benoit, team captain, our guest here. We'll be back after this brief timeout with more. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life. This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are joined by Grizzly captain McRae Rhodes, number 16, midfielder for the Grizzlies this year. And again, as I mentioned, a team captain. First of all, welcome.
Thank you.
McRae, you are a senior, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, tell us something about your history in soccer or away from soccer.
Well, I've been playing soccer since I can remember. For multiple club teams. My dad's been my coach for as long as I know, since last year. Terry Arndt took over as I joined the Cyclones. That's about it.
Well, you mentioned your dad. I'm going to go ahead and mention him too. For those of you who do not know, McRae's father is assistant head coach Tom Rhodes. So what's it like playing for your dad at the high school level?
It's crazy. I have to put in 100% effort no matter what. And I mean, you should no matter what, but it's one to remember, actually.
Does your dad bring it home with him?
All the time.
And that's to your benefit,
yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Tell us then, what do you do outside of soccer?
I mow lawns. I work.
That's a pretty lucrative endeavor, is it not?
I guess.
And it's a great way to get a suntan in the summertime.
Yep.
So what do you do like this time of year when grass is still growing and you're both going to school and playing soccer? How do you find time to mow lawns?
We go after practice till it gets dark, or we mow all weekend.
We being?
Me and my dad.
Okay, so your dad's in it with you.
Yep.
Yeah, good for him. Good job, Coach. What's in your plan for next year?
I don't know yet.
Totally undecided?
Yep.
Okay,
I want to attend OSU, or K-State. That's about it.
Okay. Well, you don't know what you want to study, or you got plenty of time to figure that out, right?
Got a whole year.
Okay. What's it like coaching, not coaching, what's it like being the captain with this bunch of guys?
It's crazy. Being a leader is a big step. You got to know what you're doing. Everything. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's crazy.
Lead by example?
Yep.
So what example are you trying to put forth?
Hard work and dedication. It'll all pay off someday.
It's two good things to concentrate on, hard work and dedication for sure. McRae Rhodes, we wish you the best of luck the rest of this season and beyond with your college selection. I know you're going to find a home that you're going to be very happy with down the road.
Thank you. McRae
Rhodes, our guest here. We'll be back after we take a brief time out with more, so stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Wichita Northwest Grizzly Soccer is on the air. Welcome, Grizzly Nation, to another webcast of your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies as they march their way to another 6A state title. Today's webcast is made possible through the support of the many sponsors of the annual Eric Profit No. 19 Memorial Soccer Tournament, including Mel Hamilton Ford. We're better, we're proving it, you be the judge. And by Emerson Biggins, 808 East Douglas. Come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the hospitality of Luis Lopez and staff today. Glenn and Camille Nyberg, proud sponsors of Grizzly Soccer. Wichita Tractor, home of Bad Boy Mowers. 1750 Southwest Street. Mow with an attitude. And the many other sponsors who made these webcasts possible. And now, to the field. And your host, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Taylor, and a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We are in Garden City, Kansas, for the regional semifinal in 6A soccer. The Wichita Northwest Grizzlies taking on the Garden City Buffaloes. We are in the countdown to kickoff, and we have about 5 minutes before the introduction of the players, and we're going to sneak in one last interview here, and that is a visit we had with Bobby Brybieska on the bus today, and this is truly unedited footage, so we're going to ask you to please bear with us as we get this interview played here. This will be an audio-only interview. We'll show you the clock as we're showing it. Here's Coach Bobby B. and yours truly. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now joined by head coach Bobby Brybieska. We are actually recording our little visit here this afternoon on the bus on the way to Garden City. So you'll hear some background noise on the bus as Coach Brybieska and I visit here for just a moment. And Coach, here we are. We're on a road to the playoffs, and it seems like it's forever ago that we lost 3 in a row in the Titan Classic.
Yes, but we're not the same team we were a month ago. We're a much better team. I think we're playing better together, and hopefully today it's going to show that we are a good team.
You've made one addition to the roster for today's game. Let's talk a little bit about that. You've added Blake Chadwick off of the JV squad for today.
Well, I brought up several guys toward the end of the season. Of course, Blake Chadwick's one of them, but I've got Carlson Arndt, who's been starting the last 2 games as a midfielder, and he seems to create a lot of offense for us. I think what Blake's going to do today, we're going to use his speed a little bit, see if we can get him into the attacking third.
What do we know about this Garden City team? They come in 10-6 after the regular season compared to our 7-9, but you know that you take away the 3 Titan games and we're pretty much even on the record.
Well, I've got a good scouting report on Garden City. Their well coach Joaquin Padilla has been there as long as I have been in the Northwest, so I know they're going to be prepared and ready for us. I think on paper we're pretty even, but I think today's going to be a game. Whoever shows up with a good attitude, we'll get a good result.
How about your senior leadership? How important is that now that we're past the regular season and into the postseason?
Well, these guys have been with me for 4 years, and they've been here. They've been in this kind of situation before. So I think having experience like that and the senior leadership, I think it's going to pay off. And I know Blake, being a captain, and McCray Rose, another captain senior, and Josh Benoit in the back, another strong senior. So these guys have good leadership, and I think that we're going to do well. They're going to play well.
Had a chance to visit with all 3 of them very briefly at lunch before we took off on the bus trip today, and Josh in particular seems to be very focused on the events to take place here in Garden City.
Yes, the last few games he's stepped it up as that left wing back. I think his attitude's correct. He wants to win, and I think being a senior, you always want to go out as a winner, and so I see those guys stepping up today.
Coaches are all with you as well. The whole crew is here, and we're playing on a turf field. Not the first turf field you've played on this year, but the field is narrower than the other fields that we've played on this year. How does that affect your game plan at all?
Well, you look at our field, we're 74 yards wide. Today we're going to play at a field 64-yard wide, so our flank people have to play almost like a foot outside the boundaries because we like to use the width, and when you have a narrow field like we are today, I think it makes it easier for the defense because there's less space for them to worry about. I think we just have to come out and play smart, play the feet, play a simple game, and see if we can sneak behind them.
More of a north-south approach today as opposed to being able to go east and west with the extra yardage normally?
Well, it's just as long as ours, probably 120 yards long. But we have to really worry about the wind today. I think the team that has the wind might be a little bit better offensively. So if that happens for us, we got to play good defense. If we have the wind, we got to make sure that ball's staying on the field, not just leaving the field on too hard passes.
Any major changes in lineup, either because of playoff or because of injury today?
Well, I think we seem to struggle at midfield early in the season, and so what I've done is I've added a fifth midfielder today. So we're going to come out with 5 midfielders, and hopefully we can control the midfield not only on offense but on defense. That's been a major problem for us all year. We have to play midfield defense to put pressure on them so they don't get into the attack, and then when we get the ball, let's possess well in midfield, get the ball to our strikers.
You know, we haven't even talked about the last game of the regular season, which was the senior night game against Heights High. Team played very well that night.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to end the season at home with a win. Heights is a very good team. We caught them on a bad night, but our seniors really stepped up. They were kind of motivated with the senior ceremony, and then to come out and play like they did, it was a very good win for us. And hopefully that chemistry and that attitude that we had against Heights will carry over today.
We're sure going to find out here in just a few minutes as we take on the Buffaloes of Garden City. We wish you all the best of luck in the playoffs, and look forward to a visit before we go to Topeka.
Well, that's a good thought. I think we are in that Topeka-Washburn region, and they beat South yesterday, so the winner of this game will go to Topeka. Hopefully it'll beat Northwest.
Best of luck to you, and congratulations on a great season so far.
Thank you, and look forward to next Thursday at Topeka.
Head Coach Bobby Burbieska with us. Stay with us now. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of today's game at Garden City against the Garden City Buffaloes. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies Boys Playoff Soccer.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and join in the singing of our national anthem?
I plugged the wrong one back in. I'm sorry.
On behalf of our Garden City Athletic Department, we would like to welcome you to Buffalo City to the next first round of the 6A KSHSAA Regional Soccer
Top 40 PA announcer.
Tonight, the Wichita Northwest Grizzly take on the Garden City Buffaloes. Wichita Northwest is the 11th seed. The Grizzlies represent the Greater Wichita Athletic League, and their overall record during tonight's contest is 7 wins and 9 losses. The Garden City Buffaloes enter tonight's contest as the 6th seed, with an overall record of 10 wins and 6 losses, and they are representing the Western Athletic Conference. Tonight's starting lineup was brought to you courtesy of the KSHSAA, where access, activity, and learning come together to help create the successful student.
Will your game look better here without the window?
Say what?
Will it look better without the window?
It's fine where it is.
Okay.
It'll be all right. But once it gets dark, we can't turn the lights on.
In here?
Yeah, because it'll reflect off the glass.
Junior number 4, Daniel Reba. Junior, Cairo, 1,000. Senior number 7, Bill from Puerto Rico. Senior number 8, Bryce Norman. Freshman number 10, Carson Hart. Senior number 11, Josh Benoit. Senior number 14, Blake Orange. Sophomore number 15, Ernesto Lonsi. Senior number 16, McCray Rose. And in the goal, number 1, a junior, Jose Gonzalez. Fans of Wichita Northwest Grizzly. Head coach for the Grizzlies is Bobby Brubieska. Assistant coaches are Tom Rose and Arkin. Managers are Campbell and Emily Rodriguez. And now it's time for the Garden City Buffaloes. Starting on senior number 2, Emmanuel Carrillo.
I think it's interesting they introduced it always last.
Yeah.
I always introduced him first.
Has he done the referees yet? Has he done the referees yet?
No.
Junior number 7, Salvador.
Well, I got to work on these names.
Senior number 8,
You're good at announcing names.
Oh, thanks. Try that one.
Alec K. Folks, it's the alphabet. I'm just going to call him Alec K.
Keong's effect.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I asked. I did it up here phonetically.
What roads are you going to use?
What?
Watch.
Oh, they've got the...
What do we need?
He's looking at the Jumbotron.
Oh, I know. Dodge City has one too.
And they have a Jumbotron field camera.
Yeah, but it's the same feed as the YouTube feed. They have a lot of money out here.
There's a lot of money. A lot of money in beef, my friend.
Oh man, that's not hookah smell. That's a smell of money.
Have you ever been to the Brookover Feed Yard? It's the largest feedlot in the world.
Here in
It's here. It's in the northwest part of Canada. It's about 2 miles from our house. If the wind blew out of the north-northwest at 15 miles an hour, we couldn't stand the stench.
You had to leave?
Well, we just couldn't go outside. So, yeah.
That's the smell of money, my friend.
Is there a microphone in there that's right here?
I have one hanging out the window.
I was like, where am I hearing all this from?
And that's PA announcer John Ford with your starting lineups this afternoon. Nobody having more fun in this building than he is, except for me, let me tell you. We thank him for his help also. Thank you, John, and thank you to Drew Thone, the athletic director here at Garden City, for his hospitality. Wichita Northwest in their road blues with yellow gold shorts and blue socks. Garden City in their home whites with black trim and black numerals. We're about ready to get it underway here. The regional semifinal live from Garden City's Buffalo Stadium at Garden City High School, a beautiful 6-year-old facility here in the southwest part of the state of Kansas. Garden City will kick off. They're playing from right to left. And the Grizzlies will play from left to right. Jose Gonzalez in goal. We are underway, folks. Garden City gets the recovery after the early control. And here's an opportunity for Northwest right off the bat as Ortiz takes it in deep, but the ball stripped away by the defense. And here comes Garden City back. You heard Coach Brubieska's pregame interview. He thinks the teams are even, despite the record. And if you take away the Titan Classic games, where we went 0-3 in the Titan Classic, they are dead even. Here's a free kick coming here for the Grizzlies. be taken by McRae Rhodes. He sends one deep into the penalty area where it's headed away by Garden City, and now they'll try and bring it forward. High pressure so far by the Grizzlies. Nice play by Rivas to get the ball back. Carson Arndt giving chase there, and now Garden City successfully centers it and sends a long one into the Garden City bench. It'll be a throw-in for your Grizzlies. We welcome you aboard wherever you are on planet Earth. Not a lot of people from Northwest made the trip. It's a long ride out here to Garden City. We are grateful for those who are here, and we're grateful to all of you who are watching it live on the internet or on the delayed podcast, should that be your means of viewing the game. We also want to send a special shout-out to Emmy Rodriguez, who's running camera here in the first half of today's game. She and Kayanna Campbell are going to trade off here at halftime so they can spend some of the game down there freezing on the bench with the rest of the team. It is cold here in Garden City. It has been cold all day in the Wichita area as well. Game time kickoff temperature 56 degrees with a strong wind out of the north. And Northwest does have the wind at their back here in the first half. 56 degrees with a strong wind. It's supposed to be in the mid-40s by the time the game is over. So the temperature will start dropping rapidly. You can see that the shadows are long on the field already with this 6 o'clock kickoff in October. Some of the players wearing gloves, a couple wearing hats. The center referee is wearing gloves and hats as well as long pants. Not much to be said about his stamina, if not for his smarts, because it is cold out. And if you look over at the Grizzly bench, you can see that there are blankets abounding over there. I see Kayanna Campbell over there all huddled up, a yellow and black blanket, having more fun than human beings should be allowed to have by law. Abdullah sends one back now to Gonzalez. He'll launch one forward with the wind. Blake gets a header on it. And Garden City wins it back, and they will start working the ball upfield. Carrera has it. Now he leaves one back for Alvarez. And Josh Benoit intercepts, sends one long, but it's intercepted right back there by Emmanuel Carrillo. And here comes Garden City back. Blake Art sporting some gloves over there. And we're going to send a few shout-outs to some people who I know are watching on the web today. We have an offside call. Northwest will get a free kick here. Terry and Jackie Arndt are watching back in Wichita. We welcome you to the webcast. Hope you're enjoying it. Are they here? Mm-hmm. Well, so much for that. I was told they weren't making the trip. But I do see them in the stands now, but we'll give them a shout-out anyway. And we'll also send out a shout-out to Joanna and Brian Chadwick, who we know are watching today, hoping that their son gets a little playing time during this contest. He was added to the varsity roster just yesterday off the JV squad after a very successful JV season under the leadership of Coach Tom Rhodes. And on the subject of the junior varsity, let's send them a big shout-out for their City League championship, going undefeated in City League play this year. A solid 8-0 and a City League championship for the JV Grizzlies. There's a nice save by Gonzalez. Great shot that time by Kiyongsafet, and a save by Gonzalez that goes over the goal line for a corner for the Grizzlies, and Jesus Macias heading over there to take the corner kick for Garden City. And Coach Tom Rhodes is up here also as playing the role of executive producer today. Quite frankly, I think he's up here because it's warm. There's a long one going all the way back to Besserell, the goalkeeper for Garden City. He will punt one out. 6 minutes in here, no score. Winner plays Topeka Washburn Rural Thursday in Topeka, and the loser wraps up their season with a loss here today. So we're hoping to make a trip to Topeka on Thursday. And should we be fortunate enough to make that trip, unfortunately, the bad news is we will not be able to webcast that game. So I would encourage you all to take the short drive up the turnpike. But we have business to take care of here first in Garden City. There's a long pass wide to the right. Player gets around Benoit. There's a long one, and it goes off the crossbar and cleared away by Gonzalez. And we have a goal kick. It went off the football crossbar, which is out of play. So that will be a goal kick for the Grizzlies, but a bit of excitement nonetheless. Garden City gets it back, and here they come up the left side. Rene Laris with it, deep into the corner, with Bryce Harmon all over him. Now Ornelas centers one. McRae sends it forward. Ornelas gets it again. Now Ortiz has it at midfield. He sends one to Carson Arndt. Now up to Blake. Blake has 2 men on him, so he brings it back. And Harmon chips one in the direction of Ernesto Ortiz. It goes out of play, and a throw in for Blake Arndt to his brother. Give and go back to Carson. Now Carson will send it back to Bryce Harmon. And Baith Abdullah at center will send one forward. Intercepted by the Buffaloes. Also want to send a shout out to some longtime personal friends of mine from Wichita, now living in Garden City, Reed and Hannah Petty. Hannah is a kindergarten teacher here in Garden City, and Reed is in politics and works a 20-wide county swath for Senator Moran. So he is extremely busy, and they came up for a quick visit before the game, and it was great to see them both. Garden City with a rush, a man wide open on the far side. Benoit gives chase over there and intercepts the ball. Nice job of tackling the ball by the senior captain. Garden City gets it back. Double teamed. It goes out of play. It will belong to the Buffaloes. 9 minutes gone. No score. And it comes on the far side. Vera has it. 2 men on defense. Now there's a shot blocked by Danny Rivas from behind. Benoit unable to clear it. Garden City still has it. There's another one. And it goes right to Gonzalez. He'll have an easy pickup and a goalkeeper distribution. And a long one, hoping that Blake Arndt could get behind the defense. He was unable to do so. Just to let you know what a nice facility this is, they have a great press box, and we're very grateful for the opportunity to use it. The 6-year-old facility also has a Jumbotron, and Garden City High School was the first high school in the state of Kansas to develop a webcast program. And they kind of led out the southwest Kansas area in that regard. They have great production facilities, and they are actually webcasting the game along with us on YouTube, whereas we're using the Cube. They're broadcasting it on YouTube for the Garden City fans, and they're also broadcasting it on the Jumbotron live, picking up that broadcast. Here's a pass to Blake Arndt, and nice defensive play that time by Garden City to be a throw-in for the Grizzlies. Ornelas throws it into McRae. Carson Arndt can't get a foot on it. Now he blocks one back. And Garden City wins that 50-50 ball. And here come the Buffaloes back now, 3-on-4.
Always massage a little bit, and I always go.
Harmon gets it, sends it out to center, but Garden City gets it right back. Now Philly Pinion back there giving chase, and he tips one out of play for a Garden City throw-in. Out here, Blake Arndt heads it forward, but there's nobody home except for Rene Laris. He sends one over on the near side to Eric Alvarez. Alvarez gets past Ornelas, brings it up, splits two defenders, passes it to Vera. Vera loses it, or Rivas gets it and sends it forward. Carson Arndt chips one in the direction of his brother, and Garden City gets it back. Possession similar for both teams. So far here in the early going, Baith Abdullah makes an errant pass, and Garden City wins it back. Ortiz trying to get to it, unable to do so. Over on the near side, here's Alvarez. Alvarez goes down, and they call advantage. And there's a long one deep into the penalty area, and it'll be picked up by goalkeeper Francisco Becerril for a goalkeeper distribution with 13 minutes gone here in the first half and no score in this regional semifinal. There's another long one. Nice pass that time by Macias. A shot goes wide over the goal line. It will be a goal kick for the Grizzlies. Grizzly Soccer on the internet being brought to you in part tonight by Mel Hamilton Ford, 11771 East West Kellogg. 11771 West Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. Mel Hamilton Ford. Come out and see him. And we thank Lisa and Hamilton and all the nice folks at Mel Hamilton Ford for their support of Grizzly Soccer on the World Wide Web. Here's a long one for Ernesto Ortiz. It goes out of play. Grizzlies throw it in very quickly. Ortiz chips one forward. That was intended for Philly Pinion, but Philly had stopped. And it goes over the goal line for a Garden City goal kick. Ernesto. Carson came over to help, unable to get it. Garden City wins it back. And now there's a long chip into the northwest half of the field. Baith Abdullah is going to tip it out of play, give the defense a chance to get set before this throw-in. And a quick throw-in it is. Player goes down. No call. Ortiz has it. Garden City recovers it. I want to send a special shout out to the most important people in the Grizzly community other than the current players, and that's all of our alumni. Any alumni watching on the web tonight, we are glad to have you with us, and thank you for joining us, and thank you for supporting your Northwest Grizzlies. Throw-in is headed out of play. It'll be another throw-in for Garden. Ball comes into Carrera. Now over on the near side to Bustos. Alvarez with it. Back to Bustos. Looking to find a hole in the Grizzly defense, they are. Send one forward to Vera. And this one's going to go over the goal line. It will be a, what do you call it? They're calling it a tip. It'll be a corner kick for Garden City. They're saying the ball was tipped out of play on that ruling. So hustling over to take the corner kick on the near side is Brian Carrera. Carrera sends one in the penalty area. Nice header that time to clear it out. Blake Arndt did a nice job. Now there's a save by Gonzalez. Looks like he was a little off balance. He ended up making the save with his knees when he could have used his hands. But it's a save nonetheless. And out it comes to center. McRae Rhodes with it. Out of play. It belongs to the Grizzlies, excuse me. Blake will throw it in. And now we'll turn it around, and it'll be the Buffalo's turn to throw it in. Ball goes off the chops, and McRae Rhodes will have to check the ball for damage. Josh Benoit giving chase on the far side, sends one forward to Philly Pinion. Philly was open. Now Carson's open. He sends one forward to Ortiz. Ortiz tried to get it to a streaking Philly Pinion, but it was intercepted by the defense. And here we go on the near side. Alvarez has it to Bustos. Now Garcia. And Danny Rivas strips the ball away and sends it up to Blake Arndt. Blake can do nothing but a heel pass, but there was nobody there to receive it. Still a nice play by the senior to keep the ball in play. Philly Pinion intercepts that pass to a streaking wideout. Garden City sends a long one in, and Jose Gonzalez has an easy pickup. 22 minutes and change remaining here in the first half. No score. The Buffaloes and the Grizzlies. The lights are on here at Buffalo Stadium as the sun has set behind the building. Still plenty windy out there. A typical late October day in southwest Kansas. Windy and chilly. Abdullah sends one forward, but it's intercepted by Carrera at the 30. And here comes Garden City putting something together. There's a long shot and an easy save that time by Jose Gonzalez. And he'll send one with the aid of the wind, well past center. There's a ball trying to get it to a streaking Blake Arndt, but it was intercepted. The ball just wasn't quite long enough. But the idea was great. A little miscommunication on the Grizzlies' part that time. Results in a turnover. Now they get it back. McRae with it. Garden City gets it back. Bustos. He's going to send it over here to Alvarez.
Uh-oh.
And there's a nice header by Benoit. I could have sworn he caught that ball. It looked like he caught that ball and just set it at his feet. I know that's not what happened, but referring to Alonzo Vera. Garden City gets the throw in. And they'll do it over. No subs in the game for either team yet. And we're coming up at there's a goal kick for the Grizzlies as the ball is hit well over the line. Grizzly Soccer on the Internet is being brought to you in part today by Emerson Biggins at 808 East Douglas. We invite you to come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the hospitality of Luis Lopez and his fine staff today. Emerson Biggins is a proud supporter of Northwest Grizzly Soccer on the World Wide Web. Garden City trying to get something going. Benoit will corral that one. And he's got somebody all over him, but he does manage to clear it before Alonzo Vera can do any damage. This one goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Northwest. Throw-in comes in the direction of Ortiz and is headed out to center. Philly Pinion chipping one to center. Here's a chance for Jairo. But the defense gets back and steals the ball away. And here comes Garden City back. wide open on the far side. There wasn't anybody in his zip code over there. Is Jesus Macias. Now Bustos has it. He centers one. Baith Abdullah clears for the Grizzlies. Blake couldn't get a header on it. Garden City comes back. We're spending too much time in the Grizzly end of the field, in the opinion of yours truly. Grizzlies need to get some momentum going on offense. Here we go. And Baith Abdullah goes down and a foul called. It'll be a free kick for the Grizzlies at the 40-yard line on the football field. And the partisan Garden City crowd, not appreciative of that call. And Baith goes down again. So that's Ernesto. Goes down. And now we got some subs coming in for the Grizzlies. See if we can tell you who they are, because I don't have my binoculars out. Daniel Nunez comes in, number 20. Brandon Alfaro, number 9. And
Blake Chadwick.
And Blake Chadwick, number 5, comes in for the Grizzlies. His first time on a varsity shift. Playing midfield on the far side of the field. Garden City with it. Bryce Harmon sends one forward. That was intended for Ernesto, but intercepted. Now Nunez has it. He sends it up to Blake Arndt. He sends it back to Benoit. Benoit sends a long pass forward that's intercepted. Here's an opportunity for Brandon Alfaro to Blake Chadwick. Chadwick back to Nunez. To Ernesto, back to Nunez. He sends one forward. Nobody there, though. And it will be one back by the Garden City Buffaloes. And Daniel Rivas is down, and he is grabbing his left knee. That is not a good sign.
Slipped on the track.
We will not speculate as to the nature or severity of the injury.
He slipped on the track.
Say again?
Slipped on the track.
Rivas slipped on the track and is walking it off and appears to be okay. Now they will substitute for him here because they had to stop play. And McRae Rhodes will come back in. He took a very short break because of that injury to Rivas, but McRae will come back in. And it'll be a Grizzly throw in. Chadwick throws it into Arndt. We're back underway. Besserell gets the ball in a very short distribution. He got it really high and the wind just ate it up. And nice pressure that time by Blake Chadwick on Alec Kiansafet. Forced the ball out of bounds. Here come the Grizzlies back now. Nunez has the ball taken away from him by Garden City. And here come the Buffaloes at midfield. Nice pressure by the Grizzlies that time. And Blake Chadwick's pass, a little long, goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Buffaloes. No score. 16 remaining here in the first half. Garden City and Wichita Northwest. You're live from Buffalo Stadium in Garden City, a beautiful facility.
Shoot it.
Yeah, nice job by Chadwick and Harmon to win that ball back. Ball comes up to Blake Chadwick and a nice pass to Ortiz. Good defensive reaction that time by Garden City to win the ball back. Ball goes out of play. That should belong to Garden City, and it does. Want to also send out a shout-out to 25 young people from Blessed Sacrament School in the 8th grade class. My 8th graders all watching tonight live on the internet. It's part of their volunteer homework tonight, is to watch this game and to make a commentary or two. Some of the best kids I've ever had the pleasure of being with. Glad to have you guys on board tonight as well, and hope you enjoy the rest of the week off, as there's no school the rest of the week. Harmon sends one forward. Garden City gets it back. Alonso on the near side here. Alvarez, excuse me. Bustos has it now. He's deep. He centers one, and it's cleared away nicely by Josh Benoit. There's a shot, though, on the rebound. Blocked by the defense and out to center. Blake Arndt has it. Trying to make some space for himself. Gets one to Ernesto Ortiz. Now, can he get around two people? Gets a shot away, and it goes wide over the goal line, and it will be a goal kick.
Corner.
For Garden. Overruled. The linesman overruled there. It is a corner kick for the Grizzlies. Therefore, first corner of the day, and McRae Rhodes heads over to the far side of the field to take this wind-aided corner kick. Although the flags are not moving near as brisk now as they were 30 minutes ago. Garden City clears it out, and it goes out of play into the northwest bench. It would be a throw-in for the Grizzlies. Weatherman did predict that the wind would die down here after sunset, and so far he's right on target.
Thank you.
And there's a long one that Jose Gonzalez sends a long pass back in. Oh, boy, if that had gotten through to Blake, he had a free ride to the goal line. Still a 50-50 ball. No team has won it. Now the Grizzlies take it. McRae has it. Chips one forward. Garden City gets it back. Over here on the near side is Alvarez with it. And a long one up the middle is intercepted by Josh Benoit. He pops one up. Chadwick gets a foot on it. And now Alvarez sends it to Bustos. And up the near side to Moses Laris, who sees it go out of play. But it'll be a throw-in for Garden City. There's a long blast over the goal line for a Grizzly goal kick. Grizzly Soccer brought to you in part today by the law firm of Dugan and Giroux, attorneys at law, 940 North Tyler Road in Wichita. We thank Dan Giroux and everybody at the law firm of Dugan and Giroux for their support of Grizzly Soccer on the World Wide Web. Josh Benoit going to take this goal kick. Gets it out to midfield. It's headed out of play. It will belong to the Grizzlies on the throw-in. Alfaro will take charge. Throws it into Harmon. Harmon out to center. Sends one across. Josh Benoit has it. Tried to send it wide, but didn't get it wide enough, and Garden City intercepts it. And now Garden City is going to make a line change as they're bringing in 1, 2, 3 guys. Guess they weren't ready yet, so they didn't let them come in this time.
We're all the way. Where the white women are. It is weird, isn't it?
Stay with us at halftime. We're going to have a very interesting halftime guest. We're hoping to get Drew Thone up here for a visit. Talk a little bit about Garden City's program and the history of their facilities. He is a definite maybe, but we have a backup already in place should we need it. Standing to my immediate right. Coach Rhodes, you have been warned. Nice header by Benoit there to clear it out of danger. Garden City still with control, however. Nunez sends it out here to Chris Navarrete, who is in the game. He snuck in when I wasn't looking. Chris almost stole it right back there, but Garden City maintains control. And we have a foul call that will be a free kick for Garden City from the 32. They take it over there on the far side. Garcia has it. Now bringing it back to center, trying to get a shot off unsuccessfully, I might add, was Jesus Macias. Goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for Garden. In it comes. Rivas sends one forward after intercepting it. Blake has it. Sends it over to McRae. McRae with some room. Sends it wide to Alvarez. Alvarez back to McRae, and he misfired on the pass, and it's won back by Garden City. There's an opportunity as Alvarez is back. 2 men to beat. He gets the shot off, and a nice block by the defense. Harmon blocked that one.
It was offsides.
Offside anyway, however, so it will be a free kick for the Grizzlies at the 25.
Blue, you're my boy!
Northwest going to sub a player in at the next opportunity.
It's Alfaro. You're saying Alvarez.
He's already in.
Yeah, you're saying Alvarez, I thought. Oh. Shoot it, Chris.
Navarrete with a chance. Had a man draped all over him. McRae Rhodes had it and lost it. Here comes Garden City back, and we had a chance. 7:30 to go, first half, no score. Northwest and Garden City. Philly Pinion on defense sends one over the goal line. It'll be a corner kick for the Buffaloes. Jesus Macias will take it on the far side. Into center it goes, and Gonzalez, nice job to corral that one before anything could be done. Big distribution over on the near side, almost too big, though. It's going to go out of play before Navarrete can get to it. And it will be a throw-in for Garden City. Buffs throw it in. Bustos at center. Sending it back to Carrillo. Carrillo has Blake Arndt all over him, and Blake tips it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Garden City. And, of course, the throw-in is that thank you for moving that back. He was only trying to pick up 20 yards. He still got 6. Some pretty decent defense being played by both teams here in the first half. Garden City's had a few opportunities, but the Grizzlies have come up to the task each time. Throw in for Garden City here. Josh Benoit gets a foot on that one. But the Buffaloes still control. Bustos has it from the 15. And now a nice job by Alfaro to intercept all that. Here's Navarrete with it. He sends a long one. Too long, however. It's going to go right to the goalkeeper. Besserell will pick it up. Out of play it goes. It belongs to the Grizzlies. Brandon Alfaro will throw it in from midfield. Coming into the game, Vicente Veramoya, number 18. He'll replace Brandon Alfaro. No, he won't. Who did he replace?
Yeah,
Alfaro stayed in the game.
No, Alfaro's out.
No, he went left.
Brandon's on the far side.
Philly
Pinion went out. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
Here's a chance for Rivas. Deflected, unfortunately, and it made it an easy save that time for Besserell.
The kid can't distribute.
Nunez with it. Can he get it back? No, he cannot, but Rivas is there. Now Nunez chips one to Navarrete. And Navarrete passes one. It goes out of play, unfortunately, and it will belong to Garden City with 4 minutes to go here in half number 1 of a scoreless game. Garden City gets it again. And there's a long one. Goes out of play and will belong to Northwest. Northwest is going to sub another player in here. Blake Arndt is going to go out. And looks like Ernesto Ortiz is coming in to replace him.
Yo!
And this ball chipped out of play will belong to the Grizzlies. That one landed in the stands in the middle of a sellout crowd. Nunez had the right idea, but Navarrete unable to control it. It goes out of play, and it belongs to Garden City. Nunez goes down in a heat. No call. Play continues. Bustos with it. He sends it wide. Carrera has it. Carrera gets past Rivas. Carrera has an open pass now. Centers it, but it's blocked by Baif Abdullah, and Rivas can't clear it. It's controlled by Garden City, and another save by Gonzalez. And a shot on the rebound goes wide left, and results in a goal kick, and boy, did we dodge a major league bullet, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. This portion of the today's webcast is being brought to you by Wichita Tractor, home of Bad Boy Mowers, 1750 Southwest Street. Mow with an attitude at Wichita Tractor. Wichita Tractor is a proud supporter of Grizzly soccer. Navarrete to Nunez. Back to Bryce Harmon. Like to see the Grizzlies get a build-up going here. They've got a throw-in coming. And this one goes out of play and belongs to Garden City off the foot of Darian Nunez. Minute and a half to go till halftime.
Come on, Chris.
Nunez with it again. I'm sorry, Rivas with it again. And there's a deflection. Here's a chance for Navarrete, but he couldn't get to it. It's cleared out of play by Garden City, and pressure being applied now offensively by the Grizzlies. Veramoya sends one in. Rivas. Yes. Back to Nunez. Nunez, a great pass to Brandon Alfaro on the far side, but he couldn't fire off the shot. And Besserell will have an easy goalkeeper distribution. Up the far side it comes now, past midfield. Josh Benoit over there giving chase, goes out of play. Quick throw in now for Garden City. Gonzalez comes out, gets back in his net now as the ball is chipped out of play. It will belong to Garden City again. Less than 30 to go now. Throw in comes out here to center. Bustos has it. And he'll send it on the near side, but intercepted and cleared forward by Vicente. Garden City gets it right back, though. Here's another centering opportunity. Oh, and the ball just got past the wrong guy. Otherwise, they would have had an easy goal. And that's the way the half is going to end, as we are at halftime with no score between your Northwest Grizzlies
And that's the end of the first.
and the Garden City Buffaloes.
I may be back early.
0.
A quick timeout.